AdChoicesADVERTISINGinRead invented by TeadsAdChoicesADVERTISINGinRead invented by TeadsThe 23-year-old heads to Russia as one of only a handful of proven winners in Gareth Southgate's squad, having helped Manchester City storm to the Premier League title. Yet he will deny having already divided the nation over the tattoo of a gun he has recently had inked onto his right leg. Many are convinced it is an inappropriate image for a role model, even though Sterling has explained that it had personal significance relating to his own father's violent death and the vow the player subsequently took never to touch a weapon. Former England defender Ferdinand, who is part of the BBC team in Russia, is convinced Sterling is already mentally strong enough to shrug off any criticism. There is always going to be one scapegoat, and people then pick out that scapegoat and abuse him, he said. What I love about Raheem is that he has thick skin. He's a hard worker. He's someone who wants to do well, and he's a learner. And I think we've seen that this year. He's been educated by Pep Guardiola. He's taken it all on board, and we're seeing the player that we all believed he could be. He had more talent and more ability, and he's being pushed and coached in the right way, and he's flourishing. The Guardiola revolution at City may be a happy addition to Sterling's life, but being abused while on international duty is nothing new. A crowdfunding campaign was launched 2 games into the ill-fated Euro 2016 tournament to bring then 21-year-old home following a series of missed chances in the opening games. And although that was partly tongue-in-cheek, it was part of a series of incidents over the years in which England fans turned on performers who were adored by supporters of their high-achieving clubs, including the iconic David Beckham. "Beck's had it once, Phil Neville had it," said Ferdinand, who was the club mate at Manchester United at the time. Things happen in a tournament and it just triggers people into saying, he's the guy. Raheem's stats and his game this year speak for themselves. But can he transfer that into an England shirt? And we've had problems down the years, different players not doing that. John Barnes was a player who couldn't do that, who got stick. Chris Waddle got stick for stuff like that, so we've seen it happen down the years. I think in my era Michael Owen and Beck's are probably the only players who did as well, if not better, in an England shirt than they did in their club team. Sterling's club mate John Stones is also expected to play a big role in Russia, even though he was only an occasional pick for City in the second half of the season. Gareth Southgate appears to have decided on 3 at the back, with Stones the middleman. However, Ferdinand, who won 81 caps between 1997 and 2011, believes Stones remains unconvincing defensively. He is comfortable on the ball, he likes to bring it out, he enjoys that side of his game. He said, "I was very fortunate because I had that old-school element where I was drilled every day defensively from West Ham from 16 to 17 years old and through my time at Leeds, so by the time I arrived at Manchester United I was well drilled on the defensive side of my game. I still had bits to learn, but I was on it all the time and had that balance in my game. I think that is the key that John is missing in his career, his balance. We all know how good he is on the ball. He shows great signs of being a capable defender, but there are lapses sometimes in concentration, and it undoes all the good work he has done previously.